Hello and welcome to our newest supplemental concept idea, Regulation Takes. I am hosting this.
I can't believe it.
I am joined alongside Eric, Gavin, and Nick. I'm excited to hear some takes. Let me explain the takes format before we get going. We have all prepared takes, which are stances and which we feel passionate about. We will share our takes one at a time. I'm not sure how many we'll do. This is the first time we're doing it. Who knows how long this is going to be? We'll have to figure that out. You'll see. I guess you'll know going into it. You'll see the timer. But we don't know. So we'll all say our takes. Then after this comes out, I will put out a poll on our Patreon, which is the Regulation Pod. And you can vote on who had the worst take. And whoever has the worst take or takes gets the idiot flag. Till the next episode. Deem the idiot.
But it's not a draft.
It's not a draft, no.
I'll be honest. I was like 80% sure you were somehow going to call a blindside and we'd be doing freaking Ratty
No.
Boy. Because this sounds like a fake idea.
Oh, this is so far from a fake idea. This is like the most popular idea in any show format ever.
Oh.
Yeah, this is I could tell it was a real Andrew idea because this is the closest we're going to get to like sports media.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like this is close
first
to
take,
hot take, first take, like that kind of thing that it read as true to me all the way.
Well, until we do a March Madness bracket.
That's true.
Yeah, but this is, again, not a draft. The first thing Gavin asked when he got here today, is this a draft? We reassured him, no, it's not.
The pool is takes.
Yeah, the pool is takes, but also there's no real pool because it's not a draft. So, Andrew, how many takes we'll go one at a time, but how many takes are we going to be giving each?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know how long it'll take for us to go through everybody's takes. It'll be interesting to see. So maybe we'll do one each. Maybe we'll do two each. We will state our take, and then you can sort of defend, or maybe people just agree. And it's the support of the take.
Okay.
This is a thing I largely wanted to do because I have a take that I think about all the time that I don't know how else to put it. Like, this can't be a draft. This isn't really a podcast subject. So I had to create a show around being able to discuss this take.
I have an opinion. I need a show
I have an opinion. We need a vehicle to discuss this opinion. It's an opinion I have not heard often. But how do we determine the order of delivering these takes?
Well, you should go first because you built a show around your take.
Yeah, I absolutely think you should go first. I think we could also go in Discord order, which is just our names in order here, which appears to be alphabetical. So maybe we just go that way. And we'll see how it goes. Now, you mentioned a timer. Is there a timer?
No, not a timer for the take, but I just know maybe like somebody's take will take 4 minutes to do. Maybe somebody's will take 20,
okay.
What I meant. Like, I just
wanted to
know.
make sure I didn't have to run a timer.
No.
Okay,
you don't have to. This isn't like
Thank
a
God.
strict debate format or anything.
I don't know. Gavin didn't even know if this was a draft or not. So I just
Still
had,
kinda
that
That's
was my
very
only
fair.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Gavin
my only
rebuttal?
question. Yeah. Andrew, why don't you lead us off with your first take?
My first take is something I think about all the time. It's a weird thing to think about all the time. I'll acknowledge that. But it is something I think about quite frequently. My first take is that Taylor Kitsch deserves better. Taylor Kitsch has one of the worst acting careers in modern times, and I don't think it's his fault at all. I think he's pretty good. I think he's a solid actor. He was on Friday Night Lights, which is incredibly popular, and he has a run of things that just like were terrible, but not terrible because it was his fault. My first example of this is he got to be Gambit in X-Men
Gambit.
Origins Wolverine.
He was Gambit, yes.
And he was fine
That guy.
as Gambit, but that movie was terrible. And like nothing expanded beyond that. It was a weird thing to read about the history of it, where they always wanted Channing Tatum, but he was always busy. And so they booked him because it's like he wasn't available. But they gave him a 3-movie deal, which did not happen. There was only a singular cameo because nobody liked X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
A beloved character in a beloved series of films. I think this is the most hated one by far. He just happened to be in the worst Wolverine that they could possibly make.
You created an entire show for that take?
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Let me establish
All right.
more.
Right. And to be fair, it will still be the same take as he continues to argue this. So the answer to
I'm
your
just
question is yes.
solidifying
Yeah.
the take.
Right. And so the answer to your question
often-
is yes, Gavin.
We often talk about 1994, amazing Jim Carrey year. One of the best years
Oh,
in
big
film
film.
for any actor. 3 absolute bangers. Taylor Kitsch had maybe the worst version of that, where he had a 2012
2012
that
was really bad.
John
Yeah.
Carter from
Yep.
Mars, Battleship, and
Oh, that
Savages.
Yeah.
All 3 of those, not his fault.
Yep.
John Carter was terrible. It was just like a soulless CG. It just was weird. There's no heart to it. Nobody came out of John Carter looking good. Battleship, absolute disaster. Just a terrible film. Not his fault. Savages, an Oliver Stone movie that had like all the pieces to be good. Like you'd understand from the outside wanting to be in an Oliver Stone movie as a lead. All the acting in that movie is great all around. Just a really dumb, bad story.
Yeah,
Not
it has. Savages has like Benicio del Toro and
Oh,
Aaron
he's so
Taylor
good
Johnson
in
and
it.
stuff. Like there, like it has
Like
like a bunch of
Lively.
people. Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
It is a weird thing where I would argue he was the only one impacted by the failure of Savages.
100%. Absolutely
Because
agree.
John Carter was like this also $300 million Disney movie
Mhm.
that was terrible. It just, nobody saw it. It was a huge flop. It was a summer flop for Taylor Kitsch. And I feel like that
Taylor
completely
Kitsch.
broke the wings off of what his career trajectory could be. But he had to fade into the distance. And so he went quiet for a little bit, off the grid.
He went dark.
He then came back. I mean, he had Lone Survivor, which was like, it was fine. But then he got booked on True Detective season 2. True Detective, the biggest show of that year. Everyone's loving it. It's a critical darling. They're running it back for season 2. Everyone's so excited. And then everybody hated season 2.
Yep.
It is the worst reviewed season of True Detective with a 61%. Once again, he was totally fine in it. He was good, I would say. Good performance by Taylor Kitsch. Just everything he touches is the worst version of that thing, but it is in no way his fault. He should be in most of the action roles that John Krasinski has had in like the last 5 years. Like he would be
Interesting.
so much better and all these sort of, I'm not saying that he's an Oscar winning actor and that he should have been in these epic dramas, but like any kind of generic John Krasinski action movie, I think he would have been significantly better at.
Oh, I think that he's the reason his career is what it is because of Aaron Taylor Johnson. That role is filled by Aaron Taylor Johnson. If Aaron Taylor Johnson did not exist, this guy's working. This guy's working everything without him.
It has been an interesting, he's had to go on like Netflix type series and he's building things back up. But I just think it's such a weird career where everything that he did, like I understand accepting and being like, yeah, I'm going to be in a fucking Wolverine movie. I'm going to be in this. I'm going to be the lead of a Disney epic for like 400 million, like a huge box office movie. But none of it worked, and none of it was his fault. And I just think that's incredibly fascinating.
The king of good franchise, like stick out stinkers. Like he's also always in the most dog shit version of the actual product.
Absolutely. And I think it's such a fascinating career trajectory.
If you gave me an infinite amount of time and 500 million different guesses on what your take was going to be, I still wouldn't have come up with this.
No, absolutely. See, he created a show, Gavin. He created a show so he can explain this to us.
I think everyone is going to have fun takes. It's just, I think about Taylor Kitsch's career a lot.
Guy I've never heard of in a bunch of movies and shows I've never seen. Deserves better.
You telling me you're not a big Friday Night Lights head?
Never seen it.
You weren't
The movie.
into the Texas high school football teen drama?
I guess not.
Crazy.
I guess it never spoke to me.
It was great. I'd highly recommend the show. There's an actor in the show that feels like he's not an actor and they just made a show around him. And he's wonderful. Highly recommend it just for his performance alone. Not Taylor Kitsch, but he runs like a car dealership and he's great. Taylor Kitsch also very good in the show. But that is my take. Taylor Kitsch deserves so much better than he got. And I'm happy to see that he's getting a little bit of a resurgence.
I think Taylor Kitsch is exactly where he probably needs to be. I don't think that I'm not clamoring for, dude, the other guy from the Savages to be in.
Because you didn't get to see him in those roles. That's what I'd argue. I think he could be a dynamic, fun action star, and we just never got that.
I think that if TV was still around, this guy would be Spike TV hero of whatever show is on Spike TV. Like, this is a cable actor. That is what this guy reads to me.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's certainly where he's found his most success.
Yeah.
But I think he deserves better.
He was Gambit.
He was Gambit for 4 minutes.
He was Gambit.
4 minutes of Gambit.
I guess I have seen him as Gambit,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
And like, I feel like he's the only person from like this Deadpool Wolverine era that we're in where they're bringing everybody back. He's never going to get brought back.
No. Well, did they bring back the guy who was the Blob?
No.
What about Will.i.am? Will.i.am wasn't in anything else.
No.
That's
should
fair.
your take be that Will.i.am should be in more X-Men movies?
No. I didn't think he was that good.
Oh, but Taylor Kitsch was?
Yeah, he was fine. He was solid.
I think you should
No,
edit
man.
Taylor Kitsch's next reel.
Yeah.
I think you should reach out and see if Taylor Kitsch has any hot takes he wants to give, because I bet you could get him.
See what I can do.
Maybe you can help him get on an Australian morning show.
Yeah. He's nice. Just promoting our podcast.
Yeah, dude.
I think he if it was based on how it worked with Gavin, he'd be promoting Friday Night Lights, the show. How did it all start?
How'd you get into acting?
Oh, man.
Well, that's my take.
That's
Eric,
crazy.
what is your take if we're going in Discord order?
Your take was so interesting. I don't find mine to be as interesting, but
I feel kind of dumb.
yeah, no, I don't. I definitely don't feel dumb. I definitely feel like I don't know. We'll see how my takes.
Yeah, I'm not
weather
sure
here.
I did this right.
No.
I'm so excited to get to Gavin's.
I-
This blows my mind. My take is that the take of there are too many podcasts is a hack take from people who would kill to have a podcast.
Ooh.
You hear it all the time. There are too many podcasts. We should put tariffs on podcast equipment. It's a hack take from hack people who it's the low-hanging fruit. It's the easy punching bag. Do I love how many podcasts there are? No. But the more podcasts that come out, the more listening hours are consumed monthly, month on month, since podcasts have become a large source of entertainment. I don't think there are too many podcasts. I don't think it should discourage anyone from starting a podcast. I think anyone with some ideas and everything can do this. I think that it's a lot easier to have the take online of there are too many podcasts than there are to try it yourself and see if you're successful. That's where that take comes from. And if you were to give those people microphones, they couldn't fucking wait to make 3 episodes and abandon it. That is the true way of podcasts is that. I think just because they are so popular and trending in such a big way, it's just an easy thing to say, but nobody really truly believes it by and large.
Can I ask you a question?
That's my take. Yeah.
How many podcasts do you work on?
I have right now. Well, Good Morning Gus is actually coming out right now. So there's 100% Eat, and there's this one. We also have Creating Character, which you can check out.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say promote them all. I'm just looking for a number here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can say 4. I think 4 feels good. Yeah. Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I agree with the take only because, like, I think it's a weird situation in which, sure, there are too many podcasts, but, like, who cares? Like,
Yeah,
why
and
is
there's
that
also
a
too
problem?
much TV and too much radio.
Yeah.
It's on all the time. Everything's on all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that there's too many podcasts thing is just an easy thing to like tweet out and be like, that's right. I'm above this. And it's like, okay.
I will say there are a lot of the same guy making the same podcast, though.
There are. There's also a lot of YouTube channels. And I think having the take in 2025 that there's too many YouTube channels is the same thing as there are too many podcasts, but that'll be in the next few years when the next sort of wave of whatever entertainment comes out. I don't think it's necessarily so groundbreaking or really correct that there are too many podcasts. I think that shouldn't discourage anyone from picking up a mic and giving it a try. That doesn't mean you're absolved from consequences of things. It just means that I don't think that there are too many. I think there's a lot more stories to be told out there that people could be doing or saying. I think 3 guys who just went to a bar and coming home and then they don't have anything to say, but then get on a mic. That's what people think a podcast is, but that's not necessarily what you get from a lot of this stuff. So that's my take. There are not actually too many podcasts.
I think it's also a thing of like what you expect to get out of the podcast that you're making.
Yeah.
Like if you're, let's say maybe there's a philosophical thing of like, I'm going to get into podcasting and make a ton of money.
Yeah.
That is not an easy or like a realistic thing to expect. There are so many podcasts, like that is like from a budgetary or like a marketing standpoint of ads and all that. Like, sure. But if you're just making a podcast because you want to do it and you think it would be fun, like it seems absurd to be like, no. Too many.
Yep.
Can't do it. Not allowed.
That's how I feel about it. That's my take.
I do respect the person that's making it also having that take though. Because I feel that way a lot of the time of like making a show and then being like, why the fuck am I doing this? I got nothing of interest to say. There's more qualified people should be making these things. It is wild that I can just do this, but
but anyone can. And I think that's what's cool about it is that anyone can. It really
totally.
is,
Absolutely.
It is very like 2009 YouTube.
Yes.
To go out there
That's
and
a great
just
way to
do
put
it.
I think
Because
it's a great take.
without podcasts, how would we know about Jack's exotic bird?
That's such a good point. The world wouldn't know.
Only
You
the
all would
people
just
at that
have to
party.
hoard that knowledge.
Yeah. We would have to, just like the 20 people at that party would know about Jack's exotic bird and not so many more. And I need as many people as possible to know about Jack's exotic bird. And that's the magic of podcasts.
It really is. I'm so excited for when we record our next episode. I watched a movie and it opened up a whole new thing of lore for me that I'm very excited to share. It's fun. It's fun.
Whoa.
It's a sort of a joy of podcasting is you will do something for yourself and then it will create an opportunity to discuss something in a way you never anticipated.
Yeah.
Can't wait to
there you
share.
go. Well, Gavin, those are our first 2 takes. What about you? What takes do you have?
If you manage to fit it in your asshole, you should be allowed to smuggle it.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Like you've
Okay,
got
so
the
what do you
trouble of
mean by
putting
allow?
it in your anus.
Uh-huh.
It should just be anything goes in the anus.
Interesting.
Okay, so if I'm bringing in a bunch of drugs and they catch me, let's say, but it's in my anus, I am no longer going to be penalized for attempting to smuggle drugs.
Yeah, I mean, you put it in your own anus. You went through the trouble of that. They're yours.
Is there a consideration, though, that putting something in an anus is maybe too easy to it be an immunity spot? It's sort of like a bag. I mean, you got a lot of runway there. You can lube it up.
Wait,
like it depends on.
I guess what I'll say to that
Did
is
you
that's
call your
big
anus a
talk
bag?
from someone who's not doing it.
Ooh.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like here's the thing, and this is going in a direction that I didn't anticipate going. I've had some pretty massive shits, which give me a concept of what's possible in there. I'm not putting things in. I'm
Don't
pushing
agree.
stuff
I
out.
just don't agree. I just don't
and
agree.
I feel like
No.
I feel like it doesn't deserve complete immunity.
Mm.
You feel like you would have an advantage because you could smuggle a much bigger item than me?
I don't think it's like I'm not bragging or anything. I'm not saying I have an abnormal like anus stretchability. I'm not like a Fantastic Four anally. But I do think that it might be, I don't know. It feels like it could be too, I don't know. It's an interesting take. What were you thinking of smuggling?
There's a lot of people getting their anuses looked at by other people, isn't it?
Sure.
Getting stuff taken from their own anus. I just feel like that should be a safe space for people. You can't smuggle a lot. It's not like you could smuggle a boatload of heroin, just enough for you.
I I think you'd be surprised how much heroin.
Yeah,
I don't
think
know
it would
how
probably
much
be quite a
heroin
bit.
can-
I think it would be a lot. I think it'd be like a lot more than you think it would be in that case.
Let's say then it's only for the stuff that went up. It's not for the stuff you swallowed.
What?
I didn't even
What?
think about what you're saying, but like I assume that was a rule. I assume it
Yeah.
has to be the entry point of anal as opposed to swallowing.
Yeah, because
then
you can
shitting it out
swallow a lot more than you can put up.
At that point, your take would just be anything inside of you is fair game.
What are you? I'm confused. I'm confused about what could be swallowed that you would smuggle.
Heroin.
Well, no, because I think your stomach would definitely break that down and you would die.
Yeah, you don't swallow the raw heroin. You would put it in
Yeah.
a Johnny, wouldn't you?
Right, but even still, you don't think like the risk of swallow. I just don't think it would pass through you.
That was a movie thing.
Of course it
wasn't
would.
Where like, I
Of
think
course it
there
would
was a
pass
thing
through.
where like, I've definitely seen a thing where someone swallowed a bunch of heroin and one of the bags bursted.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
I mean,
what I'm
if it
talking about
bursts-
is that. And like, I just feel like the
You
risk
double
of
wrap it.
swallowing it and it bursting is
Double
so
wrap
much higher than just sticking it up. Because I agree. I think if you swallow it, no fair game. But if you put it up, fair game.
I wouldn't be using it for drugs though. I'd be using it just to avoid like importing something.
What? Like what?
Like what? Yeah.
I don't know, like what's
Press-
like a small but high value item.
I don't,
Like
I don't
a-
know, man. This is
like if
your
I had
take.
a fancy ring or something, I'd put it in my ass, and then I wouldn't
ring?
have. Yeah, like say I went to a place where the ring was cheaper to buy, I'd buy it, pop it in my ass, and travel back with it.
You just
Couldn't you
wear it?
just wear it?
That's a bad example.
Are you just trying
about a
to like
watch?
put stuff? What are you talking about?
What about
we're
a
trying to-
Wear a
Yeah,
watch. Christopher
Yeah.
Walken did it.
Yeah, Christopher Walken did do it.
You put a watch in his ass?
Yeah,
In Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
the whole monologue.
Oh, yeah.
What about this? What if? Okay, so let's say you smuggle something legally through your ass.
Okay.
Then you pop it out of your ass and commit a crime with it. Is that crime also legal, or is
No.
once
It's not like a
No.
golden bullet. It's not a
Yeah,
golden
what
bullet
are you-
situation. It's just what you know. What made me think of it was in Left 4 Dead, you got like the safe houses where zombies just can't affect you. It's
Yeah.
your moment to chill. It's your safe space. You're guaranteed that nothing bad's going to happen until you open the door. I just want a real life safe space, and what better space than my natural God-given pocket?
But I keep wondering, like, what do you mean about having stuff up there? Like, what is your example of stuff?
Lump of gold?
Okay. But why is but why do you have to do that, I guess is my question. Like,
I don't know. I just wanted a place that no one would ever look.
But they do look.
Yeah, that's my point. They shouldn't.
Do they have to manually look still? I feel like we should be at a point with technology that they could just tell if you have something in your ass or not.
I like the idea of getting put in the
Yeah, I think they
X-ray,
like
and they can
looking.
see the watch in
Yeah.
there. And they're like, "Oh, you little rascal! You put it in your
Yeah.
ass. Go on, get
yeah,
out
I
of here,
see
you."
Yep.
Yeah. With their watch.
Yep.
Now, okay, let's just expand on this for you personally.
Yeah,
Let's say that this was a socially acceptable thing. What do you think you would just carry in it whenever you
Right.
went out? Would it be something you regularly used?
I'm trying to think. No, nothing. I've just always been scared of moving stuff between countries that I
Sure.
own, because I'm like, oh, they're gonna like think I've bought that and I'm illegally importing it, and I just want the security of my ass. But I can't. Or I also couldn't fit like an Xbox in my ass and stuff.
Yeah, that would be a problem. That would have to be several flights and piece by piece.
I like this take because it's truly insane. And I keep asking for examples and I don't feel like I'm getting any. So I'm really on board for this. I think
I'll be
this
honest, I
is
can't
great.
think of a single item that I would actually use this on. I just think people who put stuff up their ass to go through go through passport checks and stuff, they've gone through a lot. They've got a lot of effort involved.
It feels like the worst surprise you could have.
Yeah.
Like if we went out on a picnic and I was like, oh man, I forgot to bring dessert. And you're like, don't worry, I got some cookies right here. Just give me a second.
Why would he
Pull
do
out-
that with cookies?
Why
I
would
was just thinking like a bag of cookies, like a
Why?
like a mini
Why?
bag.
Right. Why would he do that with cookies?
Why is he storing anything in his anus? Like,
Because it
it's just
seems
into
like it's
this.
illegal
To get it
for
by.
getting this from country
No, but
to country.
he
And
started
you're
arguing.
You're talking about using it, but he's saying a safe place where people won't go. That makes sense for maybe potentially illegal activities. What you're saying is we go on a picnic and he pulls Oreos out of his ass.
Yeah, why
Because he did mention that he just wants to use his God-given pouch or whatever. I don't know what the wording was, but I don't know what he said, but it was something about he wanted to use his anal pouch. So at the point in which he just wants to use it, then I think you have to, like, it becomes a day-to-day thing for him.
Does it? Gavin, does it feel like it becomes a day-to-day thing to
I
you?
wouldn't need to use it every day. I'd hardly ever use it.
This feels like a really weird thing to fight for then, if it's something you don't want to really use.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about this? What about this, right?
Okay.
Sometimes I have trouble sleeping.
Uh-huh.
Get some of those melatonin gummies, right? To help me
Okay.
sleep.
Okay.
But I don't think you're allowed to bring those to England. So whenever I come to England, I'm all like insomnia and stuff. If I just pulled a week's worth of gummies out of my ass, fine. I also don't know if they're checking for those. I would have no idea if they'd actually confiscate that.
Now that's the world I want to live in, is that you're smuggling things anally that you don't have to, but just assume aren't allowed. I like that reality a lot.
Can I bring melatonin from the US to the UK? Not finding a clear answer. First comment. It's not illegal to bring in. It's just illegal for someone to sell to you in the UK without a prescription.
Okay.
Second comment. Yes, you can bring it.
Oh.
Third,
All right, well, I'll
third
keep that out of my
comment.
ass
You
then.
can order melatonin over the internet into the UK from the US. I bring a tub home every time I go. Gavin.
Now imagine how embarrassing it is if he's huddled over a toilet while reading this, trying to get his melatonin.
Wow.
Here's the
Okay.
thing. I think I like your take. I don't think I like any of your uses for the take.
I think that's the thing. I like the idea of my take, but not only do I not know what I put in my ass, I've never experienced putting anything in my ass apart from the occasional woman's finger.
Sure. You've never had like a what's the word I'm looking for? They put the tube in your ass. The medical procedure.
Like a
Colonoscopy?
Colonoscopy or like a-
Thank you.
or like
You've
an
never
enema?
had one of those or like an enema?
No. Nope.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, just a finger.
just a surprising finger.
I'm gonna be thinking about your take all day, Gavin. That's all I'm gonna be thinking about for the rest of this day.
Look, I told you I thought I've done this wrong, so I don't know
No,
what you
no, no,
expect.
no. Right.
But you didn't. I don't think you did it wrong.
No, I don't think you did it wrong at all.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just
I really,
a wild.
truly don't think you did it wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard
Definitely
Nick
interesting.
so confused in the background.
It's very exciting. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled
just-
about this. So
Okay.
great. But that's
Nick.
Gavin's take. That's pretty exciting. Nick, we have your very first take.
I feel what an act to follow. I feel that I'm going to take some heat for this.
Ooh.
In fact, I know I'm going to take heat for this because I believe I am very much in the minority on this. I would like to say that the inverted control scheme is the correct
You're
control
insane.
scheme.
You're an idiot.
That's
I,
terrible.
I think we
take.
talked about this. You're nuts. Like, I think
Why?
Gavin like made a comment about something we played recently and saw that you did like inverted controls and thought you were crazy.
So does that mean, Nick, that when you get in a vehicle, like a plane in a video game or a Banshee or something, are you now not inverted or are you inverted on both?
Inverted on both.
It makes no sense.
What do you mean? Think about how your head moves.
Yeah, I moved my head. It's moved by my neck up and down. It's not. It's not
Right.
flown like a plane. No one's steering my head with a stick through the back
when
of my
you
head.
tilt your head to look up, you're tilting your head backward, which is the way that you're doing it on the controller.
Yeah, but there's no
You're tilting-
stick coming out the back of my head. No one's got their thumb
Okay,
on a
fine,
stick on the back of my head.
Fine. Gavin, let's look at it from your perspective then. Let's talk about operating a camera. When you tilt to look up, which way do you pull the camera?
If I
pull it
tilt
back,
to look
Gavin.
up, I push
want the camera to
down
go
on the
up.
stick because it's a stick coming
You
out
pull
the
it
back.
You pull it back.
But if the camera was on my head,
You would look
You're
up
still tilting
to
your head
go
back.
up.
I would look
You're
up to
thinking-
look
you're
up.
tilting
You would
back
look up to look up. I don't.
You're tilting back to look up. You're tilting forward to look down.
You don't look back or forwards. You look up and down.
So you invert up and down. Do you invert left and right?
No, God, no, that's wrong.
Right, but you're steering your head
Yeah,
to the
I don't
right.
understand what the
but-
fuck you're saying then.
Okay, so Nick, I've got a camera, right? I want the camera to look to the right. I take the stick coming off the back of the camera and I move it in which direction?
I turned the camera right.
You turn the camera right by doing what?
By turning it right.
Yeah, by pushing the stick to the left, huh? If you invert your up and down, you should be inverting your left and right.
That's
absolutely true.
That's a take right there.
That is a take. I will say this. Touche. But also, now I'm just going to go back to the flying one.
Yeah.
You go left, you turn lefty, you go lefty. You turn righty, you go righty. You pull back to go up, you push down, go down.
Wait.
Or push forward, go down. So I'm going to stick with the flight controls. Inverted is correct, but only on the y-axis.
So how did you become inverted?
Halo. It's literally thanks to Halo.
Yeah, but Halo isn't by default inverted.
It's not, but I remember. No, but listen. They do that whole tutorial bit at the beginning where Chief comes out of cryo sleep and they have you do the control thing, like look left, look right, look up, look down, and then I remember it being like, "Well, try this up and down," and in the moment, I was like, I don't feel anything different, so I just went with whatever the second one was.
Insane.
And ever since then, inverted is the way to be.
So why are you blaming Halo then?
Did you only
Because it
play
gave
Halo?
me the option.
Like, I'm trying to
And
understand, I get,
What?
like, Halo playing that way, but then you go to a different game, and then you have to go into the settings and change it.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, it was so ingrained because I played a lot of Halo that it was just everything else made me feel sick and slow.
Did you not play, like, a first-person shooter prior to Halo?
I mean, there weren't a ton, though. Like,
There were so many. Like, Doom,
on a controller?
Quake,
On a controller?
GoldenEye.
I mean, but GoldenEye was...
I think GoldenEye was inverted.
I mean,
no,
you
you
could set
didn't
it
look
to
up or
invert.
down unless you
Yeah,
stopped.
unless you were aiming.
I guess, yeah.
Right. So you looked up and
No,
down.
I mean, unless you were going through the crosshairs. Most of the time, you can just shoot in that
right.
game.
So you would look up and down.
I would
No.
I would not look up and down that much in GoldenEye.
I would never look up and down.
Me neither. I'm not saying that I did it. I'm saying that it was there and you could do it.
I mean, yeah, now.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
So, is your take that every game should be inverted by default?
Yeah, and I think that people should give it a shot because it is better. It's more
But
comfortable.
why would everyone inverted? The word inverted basically just means like backwards or flipped. It's like it's not the default. It says there's no verted. There's normal and inverted.
Hey, you guys playing this inverted or verted? Oh, these controls are verted.
As someone who plays everything verted, and then I swap controllers with someone who doesn't, I'm just like, nah, like all it does for you, Nick, surely, is cause arguments from verted people.
Well, yes, it does, and that's why I decided to be brave and tell my story about
You're
how
so
Halo
brave.
ruined my life.
Well, let me
all
ask you
these,
this.
I am.
all these verts coming for you.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pass down this hindrance to your child?
That's exactly what I wanted to know.
Interesting question.
Is he going to get a choice in this, or are you just going to start feeding him inverted controls without him knowing?
You know, I wouldn't have to switch the control scheme when we handed the controller off. Yeah,
Oh.
he's going to learn inverted.
God.
He's flying right. Yeah. Wait, that sounded wrong. He's flying true.
but right is left or right is right.
No, y-axis.
This take is. I can't wait for the verts to come after you. I thought Gavin's take was going to get slammed. I definitely think Nick's take is going to get slammed.
Well, Gavin emboldened me to be wrong.
I know. I've played GTA with both of you. I've seen how it works.
We should
You're welcome.
film a Let's Play at some point where Nick has to play verted and the rest of us all have to do inverted.
That
Oh,
is such a
God.
good idea. I mean, I don't want to do it, but that's
no,
great.
it'd be terrible, but I think
I
it'd
think
be funny for us
it
all
would
to
be
suffer.
easier for the verteds to use inverted because we fly planes inverted in games.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
But you don't fly
it's a very
shit
interesting take. Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or normal. I mean.
Very curious. Well, Nick, great take. I think we could do one more take each.
You think one more take each, or do you think we wrap up at like?
No,
okay,
we got to do one more
each?
take each. I'm so curious to see what else Gavin has to say.
That's fair.
Oh, no.
Do you have another take, Gavin, or do you only have one take?
Oh, I wrote like 10. I thought this was going to be
That's
Oh,
okay,
this
cool.
is
All right, then let's go back
phenomenal.
around the horn. Let's start with Andrew, and then let's go back around the horn.
My sick take, we get one real animal movie a year. I know making movies with real animals isn't ethical, so we use CG animals now almost all the time, but it just doesn't hit the same. It's not as fun. It's not as entertaining. I think we should be allowed morally to have one film a year that is real animals in all of the roles. And it's like the big real animal movie of the summer or year. That is my take.
I really have almost truly no opinion on this.
Yeah.
Like, who's the board that decides, oh, this is the movie that gets the real animal?
Oh, good question.
I think maybe it rotates by major studio. Each year, a major studio has the, I don't know if you want to say right or like they've been penalized with making a fully real animal movie, and it just rotates. But there's only one, and there's a lot of expectation on that movie delivering because of that. Because I'm sick of these CG. I saw a trailer for Cats vs. Dogs 3 recently, which I didn't know was a thing they made a third of. And they're all CG and it looks like shit.
That's just now they look like shit.
What do you mean?
Surely eventually, 20 years from now, you won't be able to tell.
I don't think that's true. I think it'll always
He doesn't
be
want to
able
wait.
tell.
He doesn't want to wait the 20 years, though.
I don't want to wait.
He wants a real cat and a real dog doing something.
And I also, I want to know that it's a real dog playing football. I want a real dog running out there getting that ball.
Dude, if the end of Homeward Bound was a CG dogs and a cat walking back home, it would not be as impactful. So maybe I agree with this.
Oh.
I think it just doesn't hit the same.
Do you want the animal to be doing its own stunts as well, or are you okay with a CG double?
No, I want it doing the stunts.
Okay, all right. Well, this might be where we.
This is where it becomes unethical.
Like, say a dog has to escape a burning building with a zip line.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing that?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking stunt coordinator. How does Tom Cruise stand on an airplane with?
Yeah,
there are people that are professionals that figure out how to film it.
Fucking now what, Gavin?
Get him.
You're asking me how do I set up a
do
safe
something
stunt?
about
I don't
it.
do that, but there's an industry of people that's their job. I will trust them.
Gavin, take that and shove it up your anus.
He doesn't give a fuck about how it's done. He just wants to watch the end result.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I want it to be done safely. How is it done safely? I don't fucking know. That's not my job. I don't live in that world.
It's a
But
great
there are
point,
professionals that do. And I trust that they will figure it out.
Oh my god.
Well, that took a turn.
I just want a real animal movie because it's they all suck now.
Just watch
They all
Planet
suck.
Earth.
They're not like doing goofy stuff. You're not going to see
Some of them
Bingo
are.
on trial on Planet Earth.
Bingo on trial.
Remember the Bingo movie? Something we should watch.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the stand.
Now, are you okay with the
Bingo
fact
just
that
can't do it.
the animal's probably going to get uncomfortable and hurt while it's filming?
That's the thing. That's why it's morally unethical and why we stopped doing this as a culture. But I think we could be allowed one per year.
Did we stop doing it? There's still animals in films.
Not real, like not in the way it used to be.
He wants full animal film. Like he doesn't want like here's a section about animal. He wants like
Okay.
full
Like,
on.
not like these people are riding a horse sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If the movie was about the horse all the way, then absolutely.
I want MVP4 with a real monkey. That's all I want. I don't feel like it's a huge ask. But I understand it's unethical. When I emailed that zoo where Louis from MVP is currently residing, they were very clear that they do not support the MVP movies or animals in film in general. I get it. I support it. But just we could do one. We could do one per year and make sure it's really safe and everything's all good.
We could do
I support it.
And that's
Outside
my
of the
take.
one.
One real animal movie per year should be allowed.
That's well, there you go.
That's it. Eric, what's your take?
Wow. My take is one that in my lifetime, I think has become, it was something that we wanted and then got, but too much of a good thing has become sort of what this thing is. I think my hot take is not everything needs lore. At one point in movies, a movie would just be a movie and we didn't have to know everything about every character. We didn't have to have backstories about every single thing. Not everything was a big franchise. Sometimes a movie was just a movie. Sometimes a TV show is just a TV show. And sometimes we didn't need the alternate reality game that nobody really cared about to put all these pieces together to solve a mystery that nobody wants for a show that's canceled in season 2.
But how would a movie exist without lore?
No. I'm not talking about what you're seeing on screen. I'm talking about what happens when everyone extrapolates every little detail in becoming the most lore-focused thing, where I guess my example is like, how come the timeline for Donkey Kong doesn't make sense? We don't need a timeline for Donkey Kong. He's Donkey Kong. He is the monkey and he wants the banana.
So it's more of like a consumer thing then. It's like the fan
Yes.
is
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't think Nintendo
100%.
are that strict with their lore. Like, look at Zelda.
Yes, and everyone is pissed. Like, not everyone, but like weird nerds are pissed about, well, where does this fit in the timeline? Who gives a shit?
So
it does not matter.
Basically, if someone's there asking like, oh, what order are the Zelda games in? Or like, is this the same Link from this game as it is in that game?
Yeah.
Your answer is shut up.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up. It does not matter. Play the game. I hope you enjoy the game. If there's stuff there and people want to, if the creator is like, hey, I developed it with this stuff in mind or whatever, great, whatever. When people start going like, well, here's how it fits in with the Star Wars, like Star Wars is, I guess, like the big example. Because when I was a kid, it was all of the books and everything of like the Star Wars like extended universe. And like you read these books and all this stuff. And then they just went, none of that's real. Yeah, none of that's canon, actually. And so it was like, but I read all these books and I really enjoyed them. And they go, yeah, none of that fucking means anything here. So fuck you. And it was like, oh, okay, sick. So I guess it doesn't matter. And that's really what was like my turning point on not everything that you like has to become the biggest volume encyclopedia. It can just be a thing you enjoy for a little while and then you can put it away and move on. And you don't have to know what the timeline for Donkey Kong is. It can just be Donkey Kong, and that's fine. Like, people trying to figure out the Mario Brothers timeline is like the craziest thing in the world to me. Mario Brothers, you go right. You just go right. And now you can go forward and backward. That you pull back on the stick, maybe you go forward. I don't know. Nick's controls are working. But I just think the lore focus of stuff is really, really frustrating to me, and I'm sick of it. I'm done with it.
Now, to be clear, you're not opposed to all lore. You just don't think everything needs it.
Yes, and I don't think that fans need to deep dive on every detail of everything like Donkey Kong timelines. I
think
love
sometimes stupidity of lore is sometimes my favorite thing about the thing. Like I truly love in Fast and Furious how fucked up that lore is because they tried to make something make sense and then they decided it didn't matter anyway after doing all of the work to explain it. Where they had a very popular character die in Tokyo Drift, which was the third film. And then in like movie 5, they're like, fuck, we want to bring him back, but he's dead. How do we do that? Okay, we'll set 5, 6, and 7 before 3. We'll do that. Like, this timeline is all fucked now because we want to explain how Han can be around. And then they do all that. And then we get to the point of his death. And then they just bring him back anyway in the most recent installment. And it was like, well, you didn't need to do any of that work. Like none of it actually mattered. He was just coming back regardless of what you did.
Yeah.
None of it matters. But I love that they tried so hard to explain it in a way, maybe the only attempt to like logically explain anything in any of those movies. And it's just crazy that they did it. So I love personally lore. The fan feedback around it can definitely be annoying at times.
Yes.
I think I like it because
frustrating.
Because I grew up in a time where video games didn't look anything like the cover, and you'd have like pixels for like an enemy, and I would always be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna read the booklet and see what this enemy actually looks like, and I want to learn about it and why it's doing what it's doing." So that's interesting.
And when I was younger, I felt the same way because we didn't have it. It was a thing that I was desperate for. I wanted more lore and what if all these things connected? And now everything's a franchise. Everything connects. Nothing can be just on its own. Everything has to be, well, how does this make sense with the lore? And it's like, this sucks. I don't want it to go back to the amount that it was before, where it was 0, but it cannot continue to be the amount that it is, which is 100. It's too much. It's too much lore for every single thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Fair play.
I think that's fair. As long as we're okay with lore existing, I'm with you.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with
I
it
love me
existing.
some lore.
I'm not fine with people being mad about Donkey Kong Timeline. I'm never going to let that go. Donkey Kong Timeline is like the craziest thing in the world to me. You care about when the Donkey Kong games take place? Donkey Kong? The Donkey Kong? God damn. It makes me nuts. That's crazy.
So what is that law? Is Cranky Kong the original Donkey Kong or something?
Right, but that's what people posited. Like, oh yeah, the original Donkey Kong is Cranky Kong, but then this new game is coming out and Cranky Kong's in it, and people are like, how can there be Kid Pauline but Cranky Kong? Like, there's people getting mad about like that stuff, and you just go, I don't know, man. Who cares? I don't know.
Is anyone wondering where Lanky Kong is these days?
I don't think anybody wants. I don't think anybody wants that. He has no style. He has no grace.
Is Lanky Kong the Taylor Kitsch of the Kong universe?
Absolutely.
None of it is his fault.
Yeah, Donkey is Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's my
a good
take. Thank you very much.
Good take.
Gavin, so excited. Go for it.
I can't wait.
Every time the CEO of a major global corporation takes a bonus, he first has to stand in front of each employee one by one and tell them what his bonus is about to be and tell them how long it would take that employee to earn the same amount of money on their current salary. Just to see if after going through all that, he still wants to take the bonus.
I love it. I think it can't be over a Zoom call or anything. It has to be in the same room, direct face to face.
Yeah. So he'll be
Absolutely.
like, hi, Edwin Jenkins. Okay. My bonus this year is $25 million. And at your current salary would take you 175 years to earn. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And just to see
That's a good take.
if being overloaded with that would cause any kind of guilt.
I don't think it would, unfortunately. I think a lot of the people in these positions are kind of psychotic, are just void of emotion. I really like this idea. I would almost like to see a scenario in which they have to pitch why they deserve their bonus, and then it's Squid Game style, where every employee has to vote by hitting a yes or no button, whether they receive it or not.
Oh, I like that.
So what if it's like a mixed vote?
Whatever's the majority wins.
Oh, well, they would never get a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have to state your case really well.
Yeah. I just think can you imagine any corporation on the planet that would had, I think they wouldn't even get 10%, let alone 100%.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Yeah, make a stronger case. If you're really that good and that much of a leader, you can make your case to these people that you deserve more.
I could imagine a CEO walking out and being like, listen, y'all, I know I'm not going to get my bonus this year, so I just want to take this time to talk about the fact that we are not smuggling enough things anal. Let's get into this. This could be the future.
I like this take just because I want to see a CEO have to do that.
I just wonder if how many CEOs at the end of that experience would actually think twice about it, or whether they just be like, and that's done with for another year.
I think it's that. I think. Do you
probably.
think?
I think so too.
What part of you is going, and David Zaslav changed his mind? Like, what? I'm also so interested to see what his compelling case is about why he deserves the bonus.
Well, he did change his mind. They're splintering now.
It's just like, oh man, I would love to still be an employee for that meeting. That would be phenomenal. Think about how many subsidiaries some of these companies have. They would have to come to our company, sit down with us, and meet with Drew Saplin and every other person to make the case about, all right, and here's how long you'd have to work. Oh,
It would almost, because here's what's going to happen eventually on these big companies. Potentially the employee will be like asking the CEO, like, well, what have you actually done this year? Like, what's the kind of work you've done?
Yep.
And he'll just be like, mainly standing in front of all my employees telling them what my bonus is going to be. Because it would take
mostly
so
what I've been up to.
freaking long.
Yep.
I had the courage to rename the thing what it was originally called, because I have that vision.
You're welcome.
And you're welcome.
Oh man, that's a good take. I like that.
That's really
a
good.
very-
I like
that's a-
that.
That's an interesting one.
Fantastic take.
I like that a lot.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay, Nick, round us out. What is your take?
I keep getting to follow Gavin on some pretty big, crucial takes, and then I get to dive bomb a little bit. So this one, I think a lot of people try to say that you should never put ketchup on a hot dog, right?
Sure.
Like that's a thing that I don't know if you grew up with it, but all the people I knew were like, you should never put ketchup on a hot dog.
Yeah.
Very
no problem
Chicago
with
thing.
ketchup, like on a hot dog with something else.
You mean ketchup, right?
Take.
Yes, I mean, you're saying ketchup, but you mean ketchup.
Catsup?
Ketchup? Ketchup. Yeah, ketchup. Whatever. Thank you, Gavin. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, thank,
I
yeah,
also-
thank you, Gavin.
Okay. I also say helicopter most of the time. So you want to.
Oh, I never
All right,
noticed
anyway.
that one.
Me neither. Now I
yeah.
will.
Oh, sweet. Glad to hear it.
If you push forward on a helicopter, which direction does it go?
Well, is it
Down.
attached to a neck or not?
It depends. Are the controls inverted or not?
All right, go ahead.
Damn it. Are they verted? My argument is that ketchup should never be alone on a hot dog.
Oh.
Ketchup has no place being the sole condiment on a hot dog because it's too sweet and takes away from the rest of the dog itself. If it's ketchup and mustard, you've got that nice bit of, comparison, more the acidity of the mustard going with the ketchup sweetness, and that complements the dog pretty well, right? With a relish, it's pretty good. With onion, it's cutting through a little bit, even if you had like chili. So my argument is ketchup alone on a hot dog, gross. With other stuff, good.
I wonder if you're gonna lose this poll just because of the ketchup thing.
Yeah,
Like
I
in
mean,
the same way that people get so upset when people call Mario Mario because of just that's how they pronounce that there. I'm so fascinated to see the ketchup reaction.
I also feel like never before have you said ketchup so much like catch. I felt like even after calling it
Ketchup.
out, you went even harder on it somehow. Like some of them,
What
you
I-
were just saying catch.
Ketchup.
Catsup?
Is it ketchup? It's ketchup? Okay.
Catsup.
Okay, so in the event of no condiment at all or just plain hot dog, it's plain hot dog for you? Is that the you're
In the
saying?
event of no condiment at all or plain hot
So
dog.
if you're gonna get a hot dog and the only thing they have is ketchup, that means you're just gonna have that.
Oh, yeah, plain dog. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a dry dog over a ketchup dog.
Would you allow some solo mustard though?
Yeah, that's totally acceptable. Mustard is a very complimentary flavor to the hot dog.
Oh,
How do you
I
feel about
see.
ketchup generally?
I love it. It's good on fries. It works well, with a burger, ketchup, mustard, good stuff.
Huh?
But on its own, on a dog, just a weird flavor profile. Don't like it.
Really?
Shouldn't allow it. Alone.
Wow. I've never. Wow.
And you think it's so bad that people shouldn't be allowed to do it? Just generally? Should just be outlawed? Should be a banned combination?
Well, I hadn't thought about it that way until you mentioned it, but yeah. Fuck them.
Oh.
I'd have to. I'm a ketchup only dog guy, so I'm gonna have to
Are you
completely
really?
change. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
absolutely, I am.
So sorry
I'm a
to
big
hear that.
mustard guy. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to change how I
think
do it.
I think
Disappointing.
it's so inoffensive, and I think the benefits of ketchup compared with a plain dog, absolutely astronomical. I would always go for the ketchup over nothing, and I'm not even a big ketchup guy.
Hey, Nick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you. Why not?
Yay!
Surely you don't
Yeah,
believe
sure.
that. You would.
No, absolutely. No, I don't. But I got it. Somebody's got to be on the side here.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I don't want non-believers on my team.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
want.
gotta-
He doesn't want your
I mean,
charity support.
someone's got to help this guy. Just hanging by
No.
a thread here.
No.
He's telling people they're not allowed to. Have
Look, Archie
ketchup.
will learn both things. No ketchup on dog
Okay.
alone.
Oh, is this
And
something that
inverted
he does right now?
No, he doesn't fucking eat condiments. That little
What are you about to say?
that little non-sauce monkey.
Oh,
He is the opposite of that character.
The sauce guy
Yeah.
banning sauces. That's crazy.
But I
One
think
sauce.
that it's in lieu of.
One
It's not just banning the sauce. It's in lieu of like you need more sauces. I can't just be the single sauce.
I think
Yeah.
a hot dog might be the most in need of condiment food that exists.
yeah, I don't disagree.
Like I would have a dry
so he's
chip.
telling you put a bunch of condiments on that sucker.
Yeah, together. not
There's
alone.
a certain point where when I'm putting condiments on a dog, right, I feel like the effort is more than what it's worth. I don't want to have to open 3 different bottles for my hot dog.
I
It
hear that.
doesn't. It's too much.
If you had one bottle
What?
with 3 nozzles and it was just a
Oh,
singular
yeah,
squeeze for
absolutely. That's fine.
all the condiments.
Somebody get Uniform on the phone.
The relish hole would have to be quite big.
Didn't they do that with like a peanut butter and jelly back in the day?
I mean, you can
Well,
get
yeah,
little jars
they
of
had
the
the-
same shit.
Yes. Yeah.
Like all that goober, gross-looking goob shit.
Yeah,
That is what it was called. It was called Goober. That
It was like striped. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked disgusting.
Yeah, I saw that in stores the first time I came to America. I was like, oh, what the hell is wrong with
what
this
have
place?
they done?
Is it illegal to have it in England, or is it just sort of frowned upon? So you have to put it in your ass to get it there.
British customs looking for goober and mine's in my ass, and they can't do anything about it.
We know he has Goober, and we know
This guy's
exactly where it's
jelly
at.
ratings are off the chart on this.
This goddamn Goober.
Doing a 10-hour flight with an arse load of goober would be an absolute nightmare.
no! You hear the jar crack? Oh no!
Oh man.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Oh man.
What a bunch of interesting takes.
Really interesting takes. I mean, this show was created so that way Taylor Kitsch could have something to do, but it really took us down some rabbit holes. Very interesting.
I'm so excited to see how the audience feels about these takes.
I'm
I don't
interested
know
in
who's gonna
audience
get.
opinion on the poll. I'm interested in the audience takes. I'm interested
Yeah.
in if they want us to do another round of takes. Jeff's takes
Yeah.
included.
Oh, I'm
Ooh,
sure
Jeff's
Jeff would have
takes,
great
interesting.
takes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be inverted versus verted, but it will be something. So I'm very
You
curious.
don't know that. Maybe he's a secret inverter.
A secret inverter?
He's not.
Maybe.
You know,
Oh,
it's
I don't
crazy.
think so.
I feel
Why,
like
it's a secret, Gavin, you don't know.
my first take was so wild and useless, yet somehow I still agree with it more than both of Nick's picks.
Well,
Incredible.
what's it like to be wrong?
I'm
Gavin?
wrong a
We'll
lot.
see. Maybe he's right.
no
Maybe the audience
confidence.
will.
No confidence in asking Gavin the question. What do you? How does it
I was
feel?
I don't know, just Anyway, vote
Was
in the
that
poll.
the end of the
Vote.
sentence? Oh my god!
Vote
boy.
in the poll. Make sure to check out our Patreon at the Regulation Pod, regulatrion.com. I can't wait to see what happens.
So they're voting for the worst take. Is that what it is?
They're voting for the worst take to see
Okay.
who will have to hang the idiot flag on themselves.
Pretty exciting. Well, that's good
I'll just stay
stuff.
at home.
Pretty cool. Well,
Until
thanks,
next
guys.
time.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to Regulation Takes. Let us know your takes in the comment. Maybe that helps.
That'd be fun.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Be nice.